right, John Sununu. We talked yesterday, the concept that he'll run. He did for Senate in New Hampshire, his old seat. He lost it to Gene Shaheen, and it seems well positioned if he does run to win with support of the White House. The New York Times matching my reporting that the White House is all in on this because they don't have as much confidence in Scott Brown winning the seat as they do for Sununu. And Governor Sununu did what all smart New Hampshire politicians do when they have something significant to say. He spoke to Superstation WMUR in Manchester. Here is John Sununu. It's 108, please.
Feel it's a really important time for the state that we need someone to represent us in New Hampshire that has our values, that's not going to vote a party line, that's willing to take risks and get things done. I certainly agree, and I'm going to seriously consider a run. Over the next month, I'll travel across the state, I'll talk to people, I'll listen, get their perspective, make sure we can build a really strong team, and I'll make a decision by the end of next month.
You have your own service record, which is extensive, and the Sununu family has been in politics in New Hampshire for a long time, but the White House was also looking for a Trump recruit. Are you that guy?
Look, this is going to be about New Hampshire, right? New Hampshire voters, New Hampshire values, putting together a strong campaign. I would want to win support if I were to run across the entire spectrum, and obviously that includes the president. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. If I decide to run, I imagine there'll be a primary on both sides, but I'm excited about reaching out across the state, talking to people, getting their perspective, and making the right decision for New Hampshire.
So I covered him in the House. I covered him in the Senate. I've been in touch with him regularly since he left office. He's a fan of two-way. I like him quite a bit. I will tell you that I could see him losing because he's the establishment. He's in New Hampshire. They don't really like establishment. I know it's a royal family, the Sununu name, etc. But my gut says he could lose this race. Sean.
He wins the primary
yeah, he wins the primary because the president's going to support him.
Right. I think that it's not just his record in the House and the Senate. He has a very successful brother coming off as a 4-term governor. So, and obviously, it's not.
But
just,
I think but just to be clear, what I'm saying, I think Pappas, who will be the Democratic nominee,
oh yeah,
is going to jujitsu all of this and say this guy's old, this guy's yesterday, I'm tomorrow.
Right, but again, you remember Pappas is in the House right now. It's hard to be like I'm the new guy when you're currently elected in the House. I think this is not the same proxy vote that I say that North Carolina will be, but it's not that far off. And I think that the Sununu brand is very strong and not just that, but you have when you think about data and name ID and things like that, that matters. Pappas represents the House. I mean, one district, obviously it's New Hampshire, Boston media market's still king. But at the end of the day, I still think that the Sununu brand is is critical in this race, and it's worth a couple points.
Yeah. Dan, I think he will win, but I think he is vulnerable. Thoughts?
I talked to someone yesterday with the DSCC. It will be a harder race, but they feel pretty good that they will win. I think the downside for Democrats is this is going to come at the expense of money in Iowa or, whatever that fourth state is that they want to put in play, or fifth to try to have a path. But they believe this will be enough of an anti-Trump market in 2026 that it is a blue state, not a 10%, but it's a blue state. Just as Sean said, North Carolina Dems may come up short because this is going to be Trump versus, Chuck Schumer. Same dynamic. Yeah. They think they'll hold New Hampshire.
But remember, that's the key thing. It's a pickup. Boston media market's very expensive. Yep. And so for that reason, Dan's that equation of taking money off the table and having to defend a seat that you wanted to go on the offensive makes Chuck Schumer's argument a lot harder to donors that, hey, we have a path to the majority because you just took one more seat and pushed it back.
Yeah. And Senate races make their own wind and weather. So even if this is a big Republican or big Democratic anti-Trump year, Sununu can still win. And I can tell you, he's a data guy, and he's not getting in this race without a lot of data showing a path to victory. So I do think he'll win, but I'm curious to see how they run against him.
Do both of you guys think he jumps in? Because I,
Oh yeah.
I
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
You don't go, look, this is not his first rodeo. You don't do that
Yeah.
interview with WMUR,
Yeah.
go on a listening
Listening
tour.
tour. Yeah. For
You-
Sununu to go on a listening tour means they're serious because they're not big listeners.